A warning tonight for those continuing to clean up in the wake of the recent flooding. As the CBC's Tara Weber reports, there are worries that the basic safety equipment many volunteers are wearing is not enough protection.
High River homes sat submerged for weeks before homeowners and volunteers could even begin to clean up. All armed with supplies given to help with the job.
Bleach and other types of cleaning supplies, as well as masks, rubber gloves.
Despite the protective gear, some are now worrying they may not have been protected enough.
Yeah, we kind of jokingly called it the High River cough. There was, like I say, it was pretty common that everybody was walking around and coughing all the time.
Many volunteers and homeowners were given these masks, the N95s, known as such because they block out 95% of toxins in the air. But some restoration experts say they're not good enough for many situations faced by those doing the work.
Mold and asbestos would be a high-risk job, and you would need a full face mask, which requires it to be fit tested by a professional.
Today, the crews are simply sanitizing this home after it's been professionally cleaned, but they're still finding mold.
Over here, you'll see there's still some surface molds.
Catching even the professionals off guard and requiring more work and more gear.
We don't know what's in floodwaters, so we have to assume the worst, and it can contain all sorts of pathogens.
Pathogens such as asbestos that can make it hard to breathe, even cause lung cancer. Even so, Alberta Health Services believes the basic N95 mask is the best option for workers in the majority of cases, but agrees many volunteers may not be aware of exactly what they're dealing with.
Not knowingly coming in contact with asbestos, the N95 would provide adequate protection, but it would be totally inappropriate for a volunteer to be involved in, helping remove known asbestos-contaminated materials.
Alberta's Chief Medical Officer of Health says the number of respiratory illnesses seen in hospitals has not spiked as a result of the flood.
I'm pretty satisfied that I'm probably fine, but yeah, I guess it still might be a little bit of a concern.
For Sonnenberg and many others, that means hoping there are no long-term damages to their health. Tara Weber, CBC News, High River.
And the medical officer of health also says it's important when wearing the N95 mask that it fits tightly around the face. Now, Dr. Brent Friesen says men who have beards should use a little Vaseline where the mask touches the facial hair to get a better seal. In addition to the mask, anyone working on cleanup should also wear sturdy rubber gloves and boots. After the work is done, Friesen says to make sure your hands are thoroughly washed before eating or drinking.